We get a little musical activity on the show this morning, which is wonderful. We love having live music here on the Preston and Steve.
It's the best.
And this next gentleman is with a group who has been destroying stages in the greater region for a good decade plus now. And I will freely admit, I'm not plugged in to the local music scene.
Nor was I until recently.
But so many vibes have been coming from this band, and I wish I would have known earlier about them, but it's never too late.
No.
Never too late. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Low Cut Connie to the show.
All right. Good to see you, fellas.
How you doing,
Great
Adam?
to be here. I'm doing all right. I'm down here in South Philly, ready to play some music for you guys.
Nice. Well, listen, let's talk just a little bit about the band because, like I said, you know, I just have not been that familiar. I'm not in on the local music scene, but you guys have branched out beyond that, which is, you know, a testament to how talented you are. But not that long ago, I caught video of one of your live performances, and I'm like,
Right.
yeah, I get this. We got to have these guys on because your live shows are a level up. I mean, so you play piano, you're a multi-instrumentalist, but I see when you're behind the keyboards, I see a little bit of Jerry Lee Lewis, a little bit of The Killer coming out and stuff like that. You're really dynamic and kinetic on stage. You always been that way, or did it come out once you got Low Cut Connie together?
Yeah, no, I'm a ham. You know what I mean? Like, I for whatever reason, since I was a kid, I play the piano and I stand on it and I play it with my feet and I'd climb it. You know, I'm always climbing all over the furniture. I don't know why. Maybe it's a Napoleonic complex or something like that. But, you know, I don't know what happens, fellas. I get on stage and everything, all my stress fades away, and it's just like this other person comes out, and you know, we just try to give the crowd the most cathartic, crazy, high energy experience they've ever had.
By the way, so Adam, is Low Cut Connie, I've heard, is kind of your alter ego, like that's another person.
That's right. I mean, it's this person. It's really my true self. You know, when I walk around on the street, and you know, like, you know, that's my daytime situation. But at night, under the stage lights or the camera, or when the record, you know, the recording light goes on, this other thing happens to me, and you know, that's Low Cut Connie.
So in the daytime, the mask goes on. But at night, you reveal your naked self. And you do get naked on stage, or fairly naked on stage.
I get as close to naked as the law will allow.
Right. Well, let's remember what happened to Jim Morrison. He got into trouble. So you take it to the limit, and then legal limit, and then we're good. I love the concept, though, and it's a great one of, you know, just returning to putting on a show. Like a lot of times I've gone and seen artists that I really enjoy, and the stage presence leaves a little to be desired. And when you sense, and obviously by looking at your videos and stuff, you're committed to, I'm going to give them a show. And there's a place for that. And I love that you're doing it.
Well, listen, I grew up watching, you know, on MTV, you had Tina Turner, Prince, Bruce Springsteen, Madonna, Freddie Mercury, you know, the Mick Jagger, the greatest live entertainers ever.
Yeah.
And, you know, Tina Turner, she was like 10,000 firecrackers going off at one time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just, you could not be bored watching Tina. And, you know, I love making records. I love doing TV and all these different things that I've gotten a chance to do. But my favorite thing is to just be on stage and just get people's hair messed up. You know
I get a little bit of a Peter Wolf vibe from you as well. Jay Giles band.
Peter Wolf is one of my absolute favorite, you know, front person. He is just amazing and a big influence on me.
Awesome.
So for sure.
You know, it's interesting though when you do something like this, and obviously you are doing it right, and you guys are doing it right. You can walk up to that line and you don't want to be like a self-parody, you know, you want to be authentic. And so how long before you found yourself right in the pocket of where you wanted to be on stage?
I mean, you said it, you know, like, it takes a lot of practice. And listen, Preston, Steve, I bombed like for 10 years before I hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I played every sleazy little dumpy little dive bar, you know, both in the U.S. and internationally. And by the time I hit with Low Cut Connie, I was ready to sing my song, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I knew who I was. I knew what my style was. I knew what my voice was. And I was confident. But I'm not going to lie to you. I bombed, probably 100 times before I hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, very few people. There are those rare exceptions where they can just walk right out and boom.
Yeah.
You got to find your way. It's like a comedian, They got to work their way up. You got to feel the
Exactly.
crowd. You got to know what the material is. You have to learn. I mean, the Beatles spent all that time in Hamburg cranking out their. They were earning their keep. They had to do what they had to do, and it was playing 8-hour gigs and so on. So yeah, you find your way, and it sounds like you guys definitely have. And then you got on the radar. I believe it was Barack Obama, correct? Wasn't that kind of taking
That's
it to
right.
another level? How did that happen?
I don't know. I don't know. I'll never know. 2015, he put out this list of his 20 favorite songs. It was the first year that he had done that. And it was the Rolling Stones, Bob Dylan, Aretha Franklin, Sly and the Family Stone, Low Cut Connie.
Wow.
And it was a crazy thing. And I got invited to the White House, and he was very encouraging about the band. And at that time, guys, I still had a day job. I was a teacher.
Wow.
And it just put some wind in my sails. And I realized at that point I kind of had to take that leap and just go, 24/7 with my musical career. Yeah. It's just hard. It's hard to take that leap when you're not really making a living. And I'm just glad I did, because the band has just grown and grown. Before the pandemic, I was doing 120 shows a year, traveling internationally. So this show at the Fillmore is, and then tomorrow night at DC, these are our comeback shows. These are like, we got through it, and let's all have a wild rock and roll night together, because we all been through so much.
Nice.
Well, this must explain that dive bar you were in where one of the patrons had a Secret Service detail. That must have been Obama. I wanted to ask you, if you're teaching and you're doing all this and trying to get your career going, how did that work out if you were teaching, still holding down a day job with as aggressive a schedule as you were maintaining?
I was, a nights and weekends and summers kind of person.
Yeah.
And, I didn't find any success with my music until I was 30 years old. And so at that point, fellas, I thought it was over for me.
Sure.
I thought, I'm just going to be like a nights and weekends kind of performer. Mm-hmm. And, sometimes when you stop trying and you stop trying to force it, maybe that's when you do your best work sometimes.
Yeah.
So that music and those shows that I started doing with the band, when I wasn't concerned with just trying to make it as a career, those were the magic moments that actually propelled my career forward.
Yeah, that makes sense. Did you see the movie Soul by any chance? Because it's kind of the guy's a teacher.
I like the music, though. I like that music.
But you're saying things that is sort of an epiphany that you get when you're working at something, and you really love it, and you finally say, okay, I've got to go all in now, because all the signs are there, and go for it. And it doesn't always work out. It's clearly worked out for you.
Well, a couple of years ago, I had the good fortune to meet Elton John. Elton John played one of my songs on his radio show, which was stunning because he's like one of my greatest heroes. And then he invited me to his show here in Philly at Wells Fargo, and I went backstage, and he said, "Listen, kid, you got to get out there and make some noise. You got to get out there and make some noise." He was like, you got the talent, right? You got the songs, but you got to make some noise. He was encouraging me to kind of own it.
Yeah.
And, don't look in the rearview mirror of what it took to get there. Don't look over your shoulder what other people are doing. Get out there and really seize the day. Mm-hmm. And it was really inspiring to me, because Elton is one of those people, who reinvented himself and kind of took over the world with his music, by being himself.
What do you say we make some noise right now? We're going to get Adam to perform for us. There it is. Playing at the Fillmore.
Hear that?
I can hear it.
I want to do this little thing right now. I want to do this just for my good pals Preston and Steve. right here in Philadelphia, the greatest radio station, WMMR. It's a little something called Back in School. Here we go, fellas. I got no time for the hanky-panky. I'm back in school like a little child. Hurts my pride when you call me Spanker, but it feels so cool just to be so wild. I ain't no stranger, but I ain't your boyfriend. Ain't no stranger to the ways of man. Woo. My hands just like shaking on a concertina. I can't play my little piece so good. My nose is twitching in a Semolina. It don't smell not the way that it should. Come on, Philly. I ain't no stranger, but I ain't your boyfriend. Ain't no stranger to the ways of man. Oh! I'm talking to you, pals, on WMMR. Look at the Fontina. Don't smell not the way it should now. Ain't no stranger, but I ain't your boyfriend. Ain't no stranger to the ways of man. Oh!
It's Low Cut Connie on MMR, performing at the Fillmore Thursday night at 8 o'clock. Making that boogie woogie thing, man. It's that makes you get up and move, and that's why you guys are like a dancers band, right? I mean, people who want to get up and move, right?
Yeah, like I believe that if you go see a show, you spend your good money, right? You get through that whole work week and all the hoops that you got to go through just to get to Friday night, or in this case, Thursday night. You know, you should have the time of your life.
Yeah.
You should be able to dance. You should be able to sweat. You should be able to make out and flirt. And, you know, just all your stresses and cares evaporate in the air. So that's what we're going to try and do at Fillmore on Thursday night.
It's going to be great.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
How when you're done with a show, how tired are you? Because you guys are a real physical band.
Yeah, I'm spent, and I've said everything that I have to say, and I just kind of like Prince used to do. I kind of like to just disappear. You know, I'm not the party after party type, because I give 125% during those couple hours on stage.
Nice.
Because it's not about how I feel, it's about how you feel. You know, I am there to facilitate your time and give you a magic night. And when I'm done doing that, I just want to disappear, you know?
Now, while all this, while we couldn't go out and do that type of thing, and now we're returning to that, you and the rest of the band members of Low Cut Connie put together this series called Tough Cookies. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like everybody, we were off the road for a year and a half, and I was stuck here in my house in South Philly. And a lot of the fans, they started sending us messages back in March of 2020. Can you go live on your social media? Just play us a few songs. Do something, you know? So last March, we went live right here. I was in this room I'm in right now. I was in a bathrobe, okay? No frills. And I played songs with my pal Will, my guitar player, for an hour. And by the end of the hour, we had thousands of people watching, and we had people in over 40 countries watching.
Nice.
I mean, it was crazy. Croatia and South Africa and Australia. And so we did it again. We did a second episode, and we had 40,000 people watching.
It's amazing.
And so I said, you know what? We're going to do this the entire time that people are quarantining. We're going to do this every week. So we did 103 episodes. And let me tell you, fellas, we had nurses that would play the shows in the ICUs. We had, frontline workers that would put their cell phone in a little baggie, and staple it to the wall so they could see it at work. You know, we had people from all over the world send messages to us and say, you kept us going that whole year. It gave us something to look forward to, you know. And it gave me something to look forward to, you know, to be of service during such a difficult time when we were all sidelined and feeling helpless. So I'm proud of my whole team for making the Tough Cookies thing happen. I'm proud of my fans who were tough cookies and got through difficult situations. And now we get to do both things. We get to go on stage and play in front of people, and we continue to do Tough Cookies once a month.
And Steve Van Zandt came in and was a part of one?
Yeah, little Stevie was on my show last week. I've had I think 12 Rock and Roll Hall of Famers. I had Dion and you know, Darlene Love. I had Sly and the Family Stone. I had all these people.
Wow.
But little Steven last week was a trip, man, because you know, I grew up with not just Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, but The Sopranos is my favorite TV show of all time. So we got to talk about all of his work. It was pretty cool.
Nice, man. Well, listen, Adam, if you don't mind, let's get one more tune from you to get prepped for the show on Thursday if you got time for it.
You got it, fellas. I'm so thankful to be here. I want to thank you for having me on. I want to thank all the radio listeners out there for staying strong, for being tough cookies. I want to do this for you. This is called Private Lives.
All right.
Yeah, I love you. I love you. Life is strange and you do what you gotta do just to survive. Ain't that right? You got your hustle and you gotta know that, baby, I got mine. On Friday night, we get together and we talk about this crazy life. Are you scared to lie? 'Cause you know that once in a while we get undignified in our private lives. In our private lives. That's the way we live. Don't dwell on it. That's the end of the day. We got the love to give. That's the way we live. Don't dwell on this. Yeah, Philly. Woo. It sounds cheesy, but there's people, they're the reason I'm alive. The town freaks and the sleazies bring a tear to my eye. I'm like a child, skinny dipping with the squares on the other side. We're all scandalized. In the city we've been working for a different prize. In our private lives. In our private lives. Yeah, that's the way we live. Don't dwell on it. At the end of the day, we got the love to give. That's the way we live. Don't dwell on this. One more time for Philly, I said. That's the way we live. Don't dwell on it. At the end of the day, we got the love to give. That's the way we live. Don't dwell on this. Yeah, yeah. I want to thank my good pals Preston and Steve and all the good people at WMMR and all over the Philadelphia tri-state area. I hope you have a beautiful week. I'll see you on Thursday night at the Fillmore. I love all you tough cookies. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, man. Yeah. Dude.
That's awesome.
Adam, I love that freaking song. What great lyrics. What great melody. Wonderful, man. Thanks for playing
Thank
this
you.
morning. We appreciate it. Have a great time. Thursday night, we'll send the masses. 8 p.m. Tickets available at thefillmorephilly.com. Good luck to you and the rest of the gang in Low Cut, Connie. Adam, thanks for
Thank
coming
you
on.
so much. Take care, fellas.
All right, let's hear for Adam, guys. Low Cut Connie. I'm telling you, go do if you're not familiar, go do a quick search like on YouTube, and you'll see what the energy, the vibe is of these guys on stage, because it's one of those where you're like, wow, okay, I want to be a part of that.